Have you ever wondered what would happen if you just stopped cutting your fingernails? Like, for good? It sounds like a simple, maybe even a lazy, experiment. But trust me, the reality is far more wild, a bit gross, and surprisingly fascinating. So, let's dive into the bizarre world of what would happen if you let your nails grow forever. In the beginning, you wouldn't notice much. For the first few weeks, your nails would just look a little long. You might get a few compliments or maybe some strange looks. You'd have to be more careful, as they'd be more prone to chipping and breaking. But overall, life would be pretty normal. You'd still be able to type on your phone, open a can of soda, and button your shirt. It's just a phase, right? Well, this is where our journey truly begins. After a few months, things start to get tricky. Your nails, growing at an average rate of about 3.5 millimeters per month, would now be noticeably long. We're talking several centimeters. Simple tasks would become surprisingly difficult. Typing would turn into a delicate dance of tapping with your finger pads. Picking up a coin from a flat surface? Good luck. You'd start to develop new, awkward ways of doing things, adapting your entire life around these growing keratin extensions. This is also when the dirt factor kicks in. The space under your nails, officially called the subungual area, would become a thriving metropolis for bacteria, fungi, and all sorts of microscopic critters. Think about everything you touch throughout the day. Now imagine all that gunk getting trapped under your ever-lengthening nails. It's not just unsightly, it's a genuine health concern. You'd be carrying around a petri dish on each fingertip, increasing your risk of infections every time you scratch an itch or touch your face. As we approach the 1-year mark, your nails would have grown about 4 centimeters, or an inch and a half. They wouldn't be growing straight, though. Oh no! Without the regular pressure of daily activities on the tips, they'd start to curl, like a ram's horn, but on your fingers. This curling is a natural process, but it makes everything exponentially harder. Holding a pen, using utensils, even shaking someone's hand would become a logistical nightmare. Your hands would look less like hands and more like strange organic sculptures. At this point, you'd be a local celebrity for all the wrong reasons. People would stare. You'd have to explain yourself constantly. Simple social interactions would be dominated by the nails. And let's not forget the smell. That collection of bacteria and debris we talked about earlier. It doesn't just sit there quietly. It starts to decompose, creating a distinct, unpleasant odor that would follow you around. Personal hygiene would become a constant battle. Let's fast forward a few years. Sridhar Chalal from India holds the Guinness World Record for the longest fingernails on a single hand, and he stopped cutting them in 1952. After 66 years, his nails had a combined length of over 9 meters. That's longer than a London bus. He described the immense challenges. He couldn't sleep properly, having to wake up every half hour to move his hand carefully so the nails wouldn't break. The sheer weight of the nails caused him immense pain, and eventually the nerves in his left hand were so damaged that he became permanently disabled and lost hearing in his left ear. So, if you continued this experiment for decades, you'd face similar, severe consequences. The constant weight and awkward positioning of your hands would lead to chronic pain, nerve damage, and potentially permanent disability. Your fingers would be locked into strange positions by the curling nails. Your hands would become virtually useless for any practical task. You'd be entirely dependent on others for basic needs like eating and cleaning. The nails themselves would become a prison. They'd be thick, discolored, and incredibly brittle despite their size. Any accidental knock could lead to a painful break, tearing the nail bed and causing bleeding and a high risk of serious infection. Forget playing sports, doing hobbies, or even getting dressed without assistance. Your world would shrink dramatically, confined by the keratin tendrils you've grown. So, what's the takeaway from this bizarre thought experiment? While the idea of letting your nails grow forever might seem like a quirky rebellion against grooming, the reality is a story of increasing difficulty, social isolation, and serious health problems. It highlights how a simple, routine act of self-care is actually crucial for our health, functionality, and ability to interact with the world around us. So, next time you pull out the nail clippers, maybe give them a little nod of appreciation. They're saving you from a very strange and difficult fate. Thank you so much for watching and going on this weird journey with me. If you enjoyed this, please give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. And hey, let me know in the comments what other what-if scenarios you'd like us to explore. Stay curious, and see you in the next one.